It's an emergency. And this is being treated as if we're complaining because we don't like the color of the paint.
A senior citizen living at a local apartment complex turned to KOB4 after they said one of 2 elevators has been broken for months. That's left them to wait and then cram into a smaller elevator, or they've got to climb almost a dozen flights of stairs.
Then after the other one also broke at least briefly last week, they tell us they got even more concerned about their safety, but they say it also didn't seem as if those in charge of the complex shared that same level of concern.
Our Alika Medina spoke with that resident and took the concerns right to the city, which has now at least ordered the apartment manager to fix the problem finally, Alika.
Yeah, seniors living at the Encino Terrace apartment in Northeast Albuquerque say being short on an elevator is more than an inconvenience. For them, it's a safety issue.
I wish I'd never moved in there.
Going up and down one by one might not seem so difficult. But for those living at the Encino Terrace apartments, those steps aren't the easiest option.
Most of the people who live there have some form of disability. A lot are in wheelchairs, diabetics, medical issues. We have ambulances showing up regularly for people who have to go to the emergency room.
It's become more of an issue since this resident says one of the 2 elevators hasn't been working for months.
Their excuse is that they can't get a part.
And residents say they have seen how paramedics have had to work around with the one smaller elevator that does run.
Because there's only one working elevator, the paramedics have to have their stretchers in this tiny elevator, and the patient has to be sitting up. I've witnessed this.
Residents say they were told months ago they weren't allowed to ask any questions about what's going on with the elevators, which is why they requested we keep them anonymous.
There was a memo several months ago on everyone's door that anyone who complains about the elevators malfunctioning or not functioning would be given a 7-day eviction notice.
Monarch Properties deny that ever happened, and in a statement said in part, the replacement mortar has already been received and installed. However, during installation, TKE technicians encountered a technical issue that requires a remote diagnostic with their subcontractor, who is located out of the area. For now, residents are waiting for the day the elevators are back and running.
And we will have that full statement on KOB.com. Although this is not a city-run facility, we did reach out to the city to ask if and when code enforcement could step in. The city spokesperson tells us after our call, an inspector visited the complex to determine if it was safe. Code enforcement issued a notice and order to repair it in 90 days.